Good afternoon, could you start by telling the viewers your name, please?
My name is William Cave, that's C-A-V-E.
Okay, and which age category are you playing in
Over
today?
70s.
Okay, and what's your working football club name?
My local football club name is Middlesbrough FC.
Okay, and what's your preferred position?
Defender.
And, okay. First off, congratulations and celebrations on being chosen to represent your country.
Yep, excellent.
What's your favourite memory of Jack Charlton?
Oh, the World Cup, obviously. I went to see it, but I couldn't get tickets, so I stayed outside of Wembley and listened to the roar. But later, I watched him play against Scotland, and he got fouled and injured, but he went to play centre forward, and of course a lot of problems with his height. So really, the 60s come early 70s, he was a massive figure in football, so that's what I remember of him.
How's it feel? How's it feel to be here today? Be playing today?
Brilliant. I've represented before for England last year at Wales, but this year with all the three teams in preparation for the European Cup in October, there's more feel to it, and this local club here, the ground and everything, it's magnificent really, and it's quite a nice personnel distancing going on, so in this troubled time I think it was fantastic.
Can you tell us a bit about your background? Were you a sporty person when you were? What sports did you play?
All sports. I've played, I've run, I've played football, I've swam. My running kept me fit even now, it keeps me fit. I've done several marathons and several half marathons and lots of 10Ks, but I played football in the UK, in Germany and in Greece and in Libya and in UAE for various sort of semi-professional amateur clubs, and so that's kept me fit also while I was working in them countries. So.
When did you first get involved with walking football?
About 5 years ago. I was reading a local paper and there was an advert for people to go and play walking football, and that was my initial introduction into walking football, and I thought at my age then, so I would have been about 66, 67. I thought, why not? I'll give it a go. And I was hooked. From day one I was hooked. And it just blossomed from there. Playing for a local team. And then we represent the Middlesbrough. And then we represent our own area now, which is called Grangetown. And in our first year we got to St George's in the finals of the in first year. So, but we were all known to each other as football from various areas. You know, we played local league and then which is called Teesside League and then Northern League. You know, so yeah, it's a very emotional area for football, local football.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I got it.
So how has the coronavirus pandemic impacted your life, and how does it feel to get back on the pitch again?
So the first and foremost thought in your mind is it ever going to happen again? Because of all the lockdowns and all the rules that go with lockdown, sort of isolating. I was lucky where I live. I could go out to my front gate and 10 metres away is a pathway through green fields and what have you, so I ran every day or every other day if possible. But apart from that, I think it was to the day something like 8 weeks before we kicked the ball again, you know. So although I was kicking the ball in the garden, you know, it's not the same. So the very first meeting was about 3 weeks ago, I would say, and it was like rebirth. It was so good.
Okay, so Has your club started up again, and if so, how are they dealing with the training sessions after returning after the lockdown?
We have one neutral, one free evening. That means anyone can go and play, and on the invite, and 2 club meetings per week. So that's 3 meetings, 3 nights per week. About 1.5 hours. So when I first started back and I hit 3, I was a little bit sore, obviously, but I was dead excited again. It was like being a child again. There was no walking football, it was all running.
Running football?
Yeah, till we got, after about 2 weeks, it all slowed down again, so it was just excitement.
Right. What do your family and friends think about you representing your country? What have they said about it?
They all can't believe it. My 2 grandchildren, a boy and a girl, one's 11 and one's 13. When I won my first cap and I showed them my cap, they were like, horror, So he's a rugby player, the boy. He's 13 this year, and he's from Leicester, so he's rugby union mad. But he looks for everything in walking football, especially if I'm playing. So, and everybody generally is amazed that people over 60, let alone over 70, can still play football. At the last trial we were in, the people who were watching didn't believe that we were all 70-year-old or over.
So, what's the one thing that you enjoyed the most about walking football?
Every person you meet is nice. Every person you meet on a football field, after the game you shake hands, you know that there is no animosity in. And it's so friendly, it's good, it's brilliant, and for mental health, it's fantastic. Because you're taking part in a community game again, so.
Who do you think the best walking football player is today?
Well, that's very hard to say, but in my group, in the over 70s against Ireland, because there's only one team, there's not the shadow teams like the 50s and 60s. I would say in our team would be Trevor Dale, a lad called Trevor Dale from Barnsley. Plays for Leggy Mambos, who were a very good team. I would say he made the difference today for us to win a game. I think he made, because I'm a defender, I don't see the glorious bits. I might pass the ball to him and he scores. But he has to score, you know what I mean? It's not a question of, he's missed the ball, go back again. No, he scores. If you give him the ball in the right place, he will score. So.
What is your favourite pastime besides, of course, the most legendary, most inspirational, most brilliant sport ever, walking football?
My favourite pastime is running, and the reason being is, although isolation is meant to keep it free from contact with anybody, so you can't pass on the COVID. In running, you're on your own, so you're free. And you can go as fast or as slow as you like, and you can go as long or short as you like. So that really, I feel really good after running.
What's your favourite naughty takeaway / restaurant meal?
Oh, my favourite meal at a restaurant. Well, I've lived in that many areas in Europe. I would say I'll go plain and say a steak, especially if it's done over charcoal.
What are your goals, hopes and dreams for when playing walking football in the future?
Actually, I've achieved the goal of playing international, and The other goal would be to win a competition like the Euros, which is in a couple of months. So if we do manage to pull that off, then I would have reached a magnificent goal. So I didn't think ever I would reach that. But if we do, that would be my answer to being a goal.
Okay. So what advice would you give to somebody who would like to be standing, well, sitting in where you are now and representing their country in a game of walking football?
Well, first of all, go. Most clubs will have a free evening where anybody can attend, and probably you go there, and then you play. You get a bit of training and exercise and stretch the muscles so you don't go on cold, and then play a game. If you think you're suitable to it, you know, you're not going to be a world beater on your very first game, but you enjoy it, then sign on and go for it, because the skills you probably had as a boy come back, but not as fast, obviously. But definitely, some people who have played football for a long time find it more difficult to play walking football than normal football because of the skills. You can't dribble because you can't get past the man. Or if you do dribble, you're going to get caught with the ball. So it's discipline. It's the mental outlook. So they're going to achieve some things maybe they thought they were never going to see again, you know. So it's very good for older males. And of course now there's a female game. Females are the same, and that's also good. So if you look at the sort of a man or a woman's life, when they get to 50, they think, yes, I've got to 50, so I've survived everything. It's our time in life now. Where now it can be your time all over again, but at a slow pace. So that's what I get.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time to be interviewed. And on behalf of everyone at Walking Football Limited, we wish you a happy and healthy time playing walking football.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.